Ticker symbol VIRI still flexing its muscles towards the upside. Let's go ahead and go over the possibilities, right, for the following days. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a ticker symbol VIRI, technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this Thursday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, so we are looking at ticker symbol VIRI on the daily chart, and there could be a modification to the upside target that I initially had, right? So, of course, we already kind of got close to that target of $1.44 that we were looking at from back down here, right? So we were already looking at that target of, let's see, the top side of $1.56. We came just shy of it, right? But there could still be a potential for a higher target. And why do I say that? Why? Well, we have actually a breakout right outside of the wedge, which is nice, right? And the price action eventually ended up making that upside, but we did kind of gain the re-entry inside of the wedge again, right? So if we were to take a trend line from that breakout, which would be essentially this this candle right here, and apply it to that breakout, it takes us to a very curious $1.97, which is right by the 4-spot 236. And if we draw a line right at the top side of that resistance, which could be right over here, let's just zoom out and take a look at this. It takes us right to the closing of this candle on the daily chart, which is from the gap, right? So it's very, very confluent with that target. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on the analysis to see what we have, because honestly, converting that 1.618 at $1.01 is incredibly bullish, okay? And this could actually continue on to the upside even still. We still have valid that silver cross, right? It's looking very nice, okay, you guys? So now, actually, you know what? Let me just go ahead and load up the 50, let's see, the 50 SMA to see what we have there. Okay, so everything's converging. It's coming together pretty nicely. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. Okay, you guys. So this is volatility still maxed out in just so much trade, right? So many shares being traded is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and we are still in stochastics, at least. We are still within the bullish control zone. I don't like that we have a little bit of a slight pullback here, but this is the 2-day. This is the buy daily or the 2-day time frame, right? It's still kind of waiting for the shorter time frames to kind of influence its continuation to the upside. Another thing that we can take a look at is actually the DMI. As you can see, the bulls are absolutely in control, way upside of the bears here, and in absolute, I mean, 56%. Let's just put it this way. Anytime that the ADX, which is represented by this dotted white line, anytime that it is above the 30 percentile, that is actually considered to be a strong market trend to whoever is leading, right? So in this case, you can see the bulls clearly leading and sitting at a massive 56%, almost 57%. This is absolutely bull control on the buy daily, at least. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. And this is something very important that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, so yes, VIRI got this massive capitulation over here, right? So the price action did whatever it did. All you guys know that are practicing the fundamentals, you guys know what happened there. Okay, so I'm not talking about the fundamentals here. What I am talking about, however, is the reclaiming of this Gaussian channel. Okay, so this is a statistical metric that it uses the current price action and the current price trajectory to give us an average as to where the price can lead to, or where the price should sit in at least fair value, right? So in this case, we have, for the first time since, let's see, since September 2022 to now, we have gained the inside and validated the support of this Gaussian channel. Okay, so let me just go ahead and zoom in just so you can see just how ridiculous that is, right? So inside of the channel, came and tested that bottom side of the support perfectly to it. We came up to the upside and are still suggesting a continuation to the upside. The next stop apparently to this could be the area of about $1.29. Remember that target, okay? I will speak about this. $1.29. Remember that. Okay, let's move on. Actually, let's move back you know what? I think I actually have it already set, right? So let's go ahead and pull up that chart, because this is incredibly important for me to talk to you about. Okay, it could be this one here. Let's just see what I have. And Right. All right. So next one. Hold on just a sec, you guys. Bear with me. This is absolutely important. I really wish to share this with you. Okay. Let's see the second untitled one. Just being very disorganized over here. Right. So let's continue. And if I don't have it, I'll just manually draw it. But I already have it set up, which would be awesome for everyone else. Right. So I think this is clearly the one here. All right, yes, it is. Perfect. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, you will see here that we are definitely building a falling wedge, right? So the falling wedge, when printed on an uptrend, this is immediately turned into a continuation formation. Okay, so the way that we can actually trade this, let me go to the bi-hourly and also the 6-hour, right? So yeah, I think it's actually the 6-hour. Perfect. So yes, we have the breakout officially happening on the 6-hour of this falling wedge. This is a bullish formation. So we take that target like this, right? We take a trend line from the top side of the triangle to the bottom side. We apply it to the breakout zone, and it takes us to where? 128. Okay, which is very similar to the target that we were looking at on the Gaussian channel, suggesting a mean band at about 129, right? So very, very curious that it would be expressing that. So this is essentially the next stop that could happen either within the next day or two, right? Okay, it can even happen tomorrow, right? FOMO is real on this thing. So let's go ahead and now look at the potentials with the RSI, specifically with the immediate short-term time frame. Please notice here that we do have a downside on that 30-minute. We also have a limited downside on the 4-hour, okay? So that means that we can actually face a support from that 14-day simple moving average represented by the pink line before a bounce to the upside. And now the 8-hour time frame, it is sitting in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, very likely for this to succeed upside of the 14-day simple, thus turning the gravitational zone into a support and the 14-day simple into a support, just in case we need to come back and validate. And now moving in to the daily time frame, please notice that we are getting a very, very attractive cross here of the 14-day simple upside of the RSI signal upside of the 14-day simple while on an upside pivot. Okay, this is very important. When we do cross on an upside like that, incredibly bullish. Okay, you guys, so this is now inside of the bullish control zone and suggesting an upside, even still very, very likely for VIRI to face a very short-term pullback before a continuation onto the upside. And if I were to be very clear about where that pullback can be, then that could actually lead us to about I'd say the 102 area to about 101 before a pretty exponential move to the upside. And that could, honestly, and look at this. Man, look at the target here. We didn't even talk about that. Look at the 2-spot 272 at 129. Look at the 4-spot 618 at 128. My goodness in heaven, you guys. VIRI is absolutely looking very good. And that 129 target, 128 target seems to be rhyming literally with everything that we're talking about, right? So very, very curious times here. Let's go ahead and go back to that RSI, right? So now jumping in to that 3-day time frame, you can see clearly an upside continuation and absolutely very nice upside pivot within the bull control zone here, and also approaching the gravitational zone of the 3-day time frame. Very, very attractive. Okay, very likely for the 5-day to continue to the upside upon the validation of these shorter time frames to continue to the upside. Okay, you guys, please remember first and foremost that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, I wish you well a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.